Hello everyone and welcome to today's listen, I don't actually know what I'm calling this. It is the ultimate bookish video, organizing my bookshelves, doing an unhaul, going shopping, cataloging every single book that I own, and then finally making a TBR jar. So I guess without further ado, let's start the ultimate book video. Yeah. And welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm really excited because I finally get to intro this very lengthy video. Now, what's interesting is throughout the video, and I don't know how much of this I'm gonna keep in, but I keep saying, I'm gonna try to do this in a week, or I'm gonna try to finish this in the next couple of days. Besties, I started filming this in January, but without further ado, let's go ahead and start with the very first section, which is the unhaul. Okay. Hello. You know it's gonna be serious when I change into a t-shirt and a baseball cap. That's how you know I'm probably about to be a little sweaty because books are heavy. I don't know if you knew that. So without further ado, I guess now I'm ready to do some unhauling. Okay. Also, if you see the back of this hat, sorry, real talk. I don't know how that's just like sticking out because I apparently have like a small head. And I don't know how to like tighten it properly. So if you see the back of my head and you see that this is sticking out, just let's ignore it, okay? Let's pretend it's fashion. Okay, great. Also, truly, I do think I'm gonna try to be kind of ruthless with this unhaul. We'll see how ruthless like I actually end up being, but I'm gonna try to be kind of ruthless. So, okay. Well, besties, I fear I have unhauled too close to the sun. Is that like the phrase? I don't know, there's like a phrase. I thought maybe I was gonna do like 10, 20 books, but the thing is I kept thinking to myself, okay, if I pulled this book from the TBR jar, would I want to read this book right now or would I want to unhaul it? And I kept thinking I'd unhaul this. And then a couple of times I thought to myself like, oh, well, I would read this, but I'm just not in the mood for this. And then I was like, hold on, but like how long have I had this book for? And if I had the book, like if I've had the book on my shelves for longer than 5 years, I think it's time to come to terms with the fact that I actually probably just don't want to read the book. So, are you ready for this?
Yeah, like I don't even know how many. I do not know how many. I will put the number on the screen of how many books I am unhauling. It's a lot.
Also, I should just say, some of these books I read and I enjoyed. I just don't necessarily feel like I need to keep them in my collection anymore. Some of them I read and I like hated, so I would like to give it away to somebody who would actually enjoy it. And then some of these I've had and I thought I wanted to read it, but then it just turns out that I don't. I don't really unhaul a lot of books like this, but like to be honest, it does feel right because I want to give a lot of these away to little libraries so that people can just like have them and keep them for free. And then it would also be nice to sell some of these as well to like my local used bookstore. And then with that money, that can be like the money that I use to buy some new releases that I'm really, really excited about. Although I'm going to be trying to not buy quite as many books this year. I just want to be a little bit more mindful with the books that I am purchasing. So, okay, so here is what the aftermath is looking like. I was not expecting some shelves to just become like completely bare, but then other shelves, like these ones over here, they're still double, I don't know what the word is, like double stacked or whatever. So like these ones didn't change that much, but for the most part, quite a few did, which is really exciting because now I have a little bit of space. So needless to say, today. I will be selling these not all at once because I don't even think that my local used bookstore would take them all at once and I don't want to overwhelm them. So I will be breaking these up and doing it in like tangible sections probably throughout the next month. I think that's it. I was going to go to Target to go get a jar today, but my book club I think is in like 3.5 hours, and what I really want to do is go work on some Patreon stuff. So this, I guess, is phase 1 complete. Now I'm going to organize some of these and like put them in totes, get ready to either take them to little libraries or sell them. I guess the next time I see you will be when I am either getting the jar or when I'm going to organize this, because like now it's time to organize everything and clean. So see you for phase 2. Hello, friends. I have got to make some serious progress because this room, it's looking rough, okay? It's looking rough. I did make a little bit of progress upstairs. I can show you that in a little bit, but I'm still working up there, so probably not for a while. Today, here's what I need to do. I need to go through all of the shelves and like just move the books to the right shelf. Behind me, this is typically like fiction. This is typically, well, there's like a bunch, but this kind of goes more than into like fantasy. There's gonna be like a thriller section. There's a classic section kind of over there. But yeah, like the books are not organized at all. So what I need to do first, before I even clean, is I just need to put the books in like the right places, not aesthetically, but just in the right places. And then I think I need to remove things and like clean. And I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet. Am I gonna do it shelf by shelf? I don't know. However, right now, the most important thing is just starting. The shelves have been kind of a mess for like the past week. I meant to tackle this sooner, but there have been so many things work-related that have come up that I just had to prioritize before I could finish this organization. And now it's Saturday. I need to get serious. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting books away, and then I will check in with you in a little bit and I'll show you my progress as we go. Hello, the progress is going, but it is going so slow. In real time, I feel like every bookshelf organization ever, including the ones that I film, make it seem like you can do it in like a day, and that is just, you know what, that's not the case, okay? I'll show you the progress, but you know what's more important than the progress? I just DoorDashed Thai food. I'm living. Okay, hold on. Stunning! Oh my god! Anyways, okay, so here's the progress. I did separate everything the way it was supposed to. It looks very sparse right now, but that's because a lot of my fantasy like series and things technically need to be moved from upstairs. Okay, so I haven't done that yet. So here's where we're at so far. A lot of my fantasy is still on this shelf or like this bookcase here. And here's the new update. So I have been like organizing this. I've been dusting as I go. Here's my new thing. And I don't know if I'm going to keep it yet, but I'm moving all of my thrillers, horror books, mysteries kind of like in these sections. They're going to spill over. I think I like that idea, but I don't know yet. However, that's the last for my updates because you know what time it is? It's time for Thai food. Okay, bye. Good morning, friends. So it is another day in this never-ending project. I will show you the progress that I've made today. It is minor so far. Minor since the last time that we spoke. However, we're getting there, kind of. I feel like this task, this project is even bigger than I have somehow realized, even though I do this every single year. Let me show you the progress that has been made so far. First of all, yes, it does look worse. In the past, what I have done is I have removed everything all at once, and then I've cleaned everything in like one big swoop. I don't want to do that because that is going to overwhelm me. So what I'm doing is like I'm kind of organizing things section by section, and then when I put it in the section, I like dust and clean the section first, and then I put the books on. Anyways, so I'm working on this section. Over here, I kind of like streamlined all of the classics here, and then I tried to organize them. And then over here, I decided to do all of the mysteries and things. That's what these are. These are mysteries, thrillers, and horror books. And I have a lot of these. So they are now like continuing on over here, and I'm gonna have 3 shelves worth. How do I know I'm gonna have 3 shelves? Great question. I actually started to organize them and put them like how I wanted to display them here so that I did not have to do that on the ladder. That is the progress. That is the update. How much can I actually get done today? I don't know. I'm gonna listen to some 80s music, you know what I mean? Like get me some pep in my step, try my best to do as much as I can, and then I will check in with you and I will show you my progress. And at some point, again, we're going to Target. So it's gonna be a great day. Hopefully a lot of progress will be made. Okay, update. This is what it's looking like now. Ooh.
you.
Okay, I think I really, really like it. I think I really, really, really like it. So I have two here, and the reason I decided to do two facing out is because I had two facing out here, and I don't know, I feel like it looks a little bit balanced. I don't know how I'm going to like this, so like I might change it, but I'm thinking I have two facing out here. I don't want like the same exact things, because then I think it won't look, I don't know, as good. I'm trying to figure out what to do. I either am gonna do two books here facing out and then like two books here facing out, or I'm just gonna do one shelf with two books facing out and then the rest are just gonna have one. I don't know which one I'm gonna do yet, but that's where we're at. I will, I guess, continue to do this and then I will check back in with you in a little bit. Guys, the progress is being made and I'm feeling better about it, so yes. Okay. Hi everyone, it's the next day. Today is the day that we need to finish this and the other little bookshelf thing, because this bookshelf organization, we need to go into the next phase, which is cataloging every single book and then putting it all in my TBR jar. And I have a feeling that's never gonna happen if I don't finish organizing the bookshelf. So today, no matter, we're gonna just try to stay up and we're gonna finish. And hopefully we don't stay up too late because I have to try to wake up kind of early tomorrow. Here is the TBR jar. I'm very excited to fill this up. Hopefully all of my books will fit in this. I think they will. I think they will. So very excited that I found it at Target. I also got this. I already opened it because I needed a piece of paper, but I got this Astro Brights paper. This is what I'm going to put all of the book titles on. I have no idea like color coordination wise what I'm gonna do, but there's that. And then finally, I got an energy drink. I'm gonna put this in the fridge and I do think I wanna try this. Not right now though, because I think it's almost 4. That would be dumb. So I got this one. Here's the deal. I'm really hoping that I like this. I'm very, very picky when it comes to energy drinks, but this is aesthetic. We're just gonna tackle this together, friends. We're gonna tackle it together. We're gonna finish it. We're gonna get it done. It's gonna be a good time. Okay. Cannot believe it, but finally, my bookshelves are in fact organized. My God. Like I just, like the angels are singing. You know what I mean? I'm so happy. Also, remember when we got this from Target? I thought I would try it on camera before we do anything else for the bookshelf. And I will let you know if I like it. Hold on, wait. Oh my gosh. In the flavor Juicy Orange, again, I just really want it to work because like, look at how aesthetic and cute. You want to drink from a cute little can, right? Right, okay, I'm nervous. I think I could get on board with that. Here's the thing. with all energy drinks. It's the aftertaste. It's like it tastes good and then the aftertaste is like, does it? Anyways, I am here to now tell you the next stage of this bookshelf organization, and that's the scanner. Okay, so here is how we are doing this. First of all, I just have to say that I am so thrilled because while I have a master's in library science and while I was a full librarian before doing any content creation for YouTube, I actually have never cataloged any books. I would just order the books and I would like balance the budget for my department and I would, you know, allocate funds for different programming and things like that. I've never done this. And like it requires a scanner. So what are we using to catalog everything? That's a great question. There is a free resource, although you can pay for like additional things on this, and it's called Libet. So it's free. You have to make basically like an account, and then you can just add items. And by adding items, we're just gonna scan. I'm gonna scan every single book that I have, and then once they're scanned, I'm going to sort them into like TBR versus like red books. And then from there, I will print off all of the books that I have on my TBR and we'll put them in the TBR jar. Guys, I'm very excited. Like I am so type A, and this type of organization is just, it's doing something for me. You know what I mean? I'm going to zip on over really, really quick to Barnes & Noble for something. I mean, it's a book, yeah. And then I'm gonna pop back, and then as soon as I'm back, we will start scanning books into the collection. Besties, I'm very excited. Okay. Hello, we are officially here at Barnes & Noble. What if they don't have the 2 books? Thankfully, there's a lot of other books in there, and I'm sure those are also lovely, but I'm hoping that they have the 2 books that I am looking for. Let's find out together. Ooh, I just bought this. Okay, what is the last name? I think it's like Dunn. Is it? I might have just made that up. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I need to look up the last name. Actually, I don't think I remember it. And I'm not seeing it. Hungerstone. Maybe it's not by Kat Dunn. Okay, what about O'Neill? I'm not seeing either of these so far. Let's check the other side. O'Neill. No. Guys, we have such a problem. And the problem is that I keep finding these books that I want to buy. Like at just some, no. Also, they don't have the book that I came for, so that is unfortunate and sad, but we're making the best of the situation. You know what I mean? Hello, my loves. Okay, so I'm still in my leather jacket because I'm freezing. I just turned on the heat for the house. It's 61 degrees in the house. First of all, why is it that cold? I'm very confused, but just got back from Barnes & Noble, spent way too much time there. So I have a feeling I will be working a little late because we need to do the bookshelf stuff, but I also need to do some Patreon stuff today and I need to edit. So oops, my bad. But I did get some books. So here's my problem, people. Here's my problem. There's too many books I want to read. They did not have Hungerstone, which makes me so sad. I talked to a really, really nice bookseller last week and she said they had 5 on order. And then when I got there, they still had 5 on order, but like it's publishing day and they're not there. And sometimes my Barnes & Noble will do this where there will be stuff on order, but like they don't get it for weeks. And so I just ordered mine super quick from Amazon. I really try hard to not do that. I try so hard to do it from like my independent bookstore or from Barnes & Noble, but they didn't have it and I don't know when they're gonna have it. And I don't really think I have time to go downtown to the Book and Cover. Here are the books. So I bought some books. Please don't judge me. You know what I mean? Just sometimes you go to Barnes & Noble and you find everything. These are the books that I purchased. The first one is by Anne Carson. This is so random. Anne Carson is a poet. She is very, very famous. She's still living. This is called Autobiography of Red. This is a novel, but it's also in verse. And you know what? I actually heard about this book from Kayla from Books and Lala. She picked this up and she loved this book. I was very, very excited when I saw that she loved this because everything about this kind of like screams something that I would enjoy, and I have picked it up and put it back so many times, and then I saw that she really enjoyed it and I was like, you know what? This is my sign. So I decided to buy it. It says, the award-winning poet Anne Carson reinvents a genre in Autobiography of Red, a stunning work that is both a novel and a poem, both an unconventional recreation of an ancient Greek myth and a wholly original coming-of-age story set in the present. It sounds complicated and interesting and I can't wait to read it. I don't know really anything else, and Yeah, can't wait. The next one is from Jamaica Kincaid, and this is called Annie John. I'm very excited about this one. I actually first heard about this book from a content creator that I found on TikTok. I don't remember the content creator's name, but this was in her... Whoa, are you okay? All right, should I panic? Like, what's going on? Oh, it's DoorDash! No, this is a good thing. I got my salad! Aren't they just the best, though? They're so cute. Okay, that's my DoorDash. Anyways, I'll be super brief because, listen, my food is here, you know what I'm saying? This one, I think it's like a coming of age story. And all I know is that it is, again, a coming of age story about a girl and her relationship, I think, with her mom. I think the next one is from one of my very favorite poets. This is his latest collection. It came out last year. It's called Water, Water, Poems by Billy Collins. I really enjoy Billy Collins because he does a great job at blending these different mundane moments in life and sort of sprinkling a bit of surrealism in his images. And so a lot of times his poems kind of capture the beauty of little tiny everyday moments that maybe all of us kind of experience. But then a lot of the times he will also have poetry in here that just feels very surreal and very magical or otherworldly. And I really enjoy his voice a lot. I especially enjoy it when he blends a lot of surrealism. This is by Heather O'Neill, The Capital of Dreams. So I went there for this book and then also for Hungerstone, which is on order now. This one I really don't know a lot about. The cover is stunning, first of all. It's beautiful. I love Heather O'Neill, or I guess like I loved her one book that I read last year. But it's about a girl named Sophia, I think. She's sent away, I want to say it's because of a war or something, and her mom gives her a manuscript and then she loses that manuscript. And so she has to kind of like find the manuscript and she goes on like this little journey. Listen, I don't actually know. I know that it has a mother-daughter relationship in here. There's a manuscript involved. It's Heather O'Neill. It's probably going to be really, really stunning, really, really beautiful, really emotional. Can't wait. I think it's like historical fiction kind of, but I also think that a lot of the things in here are like they don't exist, I think, or so, I don't know, actually. The next one is called Please Stop Trying to Leave Me, and this is by Alana Saab. It's about a woman who is a writer and she seeks out a therapist, and she is convinced that Spotify is giving her subliminal messages on whether she should stay or leave her girlfriend. And it's also about her trying to write a new book. It sounds really interesting. It says on the front that it is a electric, delirious must read. The next one was an impulse buy, but it just sounded very compelling and interesting. It's called Night Shift, and this is by Kier Ladner, I think. Now, this has not a great rating on Goodreads, but I'm trying really hard this year to not necessarily let that dictate books that I'm really interested in. I picked this up. I thought it sounded really cool, and I was convinced that I was going to buy it. Looked it up on Goodreads, saw that it was very low, and like put it back. And then before I left, I was like, you know what? No, nay. This takes place in London in the 90s, in 1999. Listen, it sounds really messy. Okay, so Maggie apparently meets a new coworker. Her coworker's name is Sabine. I don't want to say like she falls in love with Sabine, but it seems like she develops kind of like an unhealthy codependency, I guess, on Sabine, and they have like this toxic obsession sort of with each other. I think it's going to be fascinating. We'll see. I'll let you know if it is worth the low rating or if it should be higher rated. It sounds good to me though. It sounds fun, or not fun because it sounds sad, but it sounds interesting, I should say. And then finally I have this one. This one is by Alice McDermott, I think. It is called That Night. Now, these are the most beautiful covers I've ever seen in my life. I wanted to get every single book that this author published because of the covers. This really feels like a Romeo and Juliet retelling almost. It takes place in the summer in 1960, or like in the 1960s in Long Island. And there are two teenagers who have an intense, all-consuming love. And then I think what happens is their parents don't like each other, or maybe like the girl's parents don't like the boyfriends, and so they won't let these teenagers like be in a relationship. I don't know, it just sounds kind of like a Romeo and Juliet thing. That's it though. I'm ready to do some scanning. I'm gonna go eat super quickly, and then we will get to work. Hi, a little update. I'm obsessed with this. I don't know where to put you so that you can see the beauty that this is. For now, I'm gonna show you how it works. Okay, here we go. You pick a book. That was hard to get out. You take said, that's stunning. Oh my God. You take said book. I have like right next to me all of the stuff. Jesus. Barcode, scanner, add books. Ready? Ready for this? Wait, ready? It's added. What? Oh my gosh. Stop it. You stop it. So I don't know if you can see this, but look at that. You can view it. Oh my gosh. It's in my collection. I cannot even tell you, like, I'm about to make this my whole personality. So finally, all of the books have been scanned and cataloged. My God. You guys, I was not expecting that to take a million years, but here we are. So all of my books have officially been scanned into the Libib catalog system, which is very exciting. And so now we're going to do the next tedious process, which I'll show you in just a second. But basically, I will be now going through all of the books that I own and adding tags to them. I can add as many as I want, but right now I'm just gonna be focusing on two. The first one is the genre that the book is in, so that I know how many books are in each genre, which I don't need to know right now, but it'll come in handy in just a second. And then the other tag is going to be any book that is on my TBR. So any physical book that I would really like to read. Oh gosh, should I add ebooks to this? Listen, should I? Then from there, I will find out the books that I need to read and their genre, and I can then do the TBR jar. Okay, so here we go. Here is how I have organized things. Could it be organized even more thoroughly? Yes, but listen, at this point, this vlog has taken up so much time. I need the TBR jar done so that I can then do like the read it or unhaul it fun little bookish whatever. Okay, anyways. So here are the categories. I'm doing YA and adult together, but anything that is middle grade is going to be its own category. And the colors for middle grade are yellow. So the dark yellow is going to be middle grade fantasy and sci-fi, and the light yellow is going to be middle grade general fiction or mystery, which actually kind of makes me sad because I don't think I have as many of those, and this yellow is so cheerful. Next up, I have this. So I have two different ones within this one. It's general fiction and literary fiction. I think what I'm gonna do is like the lighter greens are going to be general fiction, and then maybe the darker greens are gonna be literary fiction. Next up is fantasy. Fantasy is gonna be blue. I went back and forth between blue and purple, but I have more blue, and I think the majority of my books, believe it or not, are fantasy, so we're going fantasy blue. Then horror, obviously. We're gonna go with red. Thrillers and mystery are orange. I'm very tempted to like make this progressive. So since horror is red, I kind of wanna make the dark orange thrillers and the light one mystery, but I don't know. Classics are gonna be purple. There's several purple. Listen, it's just any classic is a purple. The pink ones are for poetry. These it looks kind of peachy on the side and like a darker pink. These are going to be for short story collections and essay collections. I have quite a few of those actually. Finally is my nonfiction. I have two main categories for nonfiction. Well, three really, but we're just gonna do with two. So I do have like quite a few self-improvement books that I actually really like. I also have a whole section of books just for writing, but the way I'm personally like categorizing these is memoir and then everything else. Let me show you kind of basically like what I'm going to be doing. I don't know how long, but like maybe for the next couple of hours or so to get to this next point, which is where I can just see all of the lists. Okay, I've already started doing quite a few of these books, and I think I actually left off on The Clockmaker's Daughter. So here's what you do. These are all of the books in alphabetical order that I own. What you're going to do, you click on the book, and it's really great because you can actually add a whole bunch of information on this, which I love. But the only thing that I'm interested in right now are tags. So you're going to go into the tag and you do hashtag, and then you can do whatever you want. So TBR pops up. The other hashtag that I think I'm going to be doing is essentially like what genre the book is. But The Clockmaker's Daughter is historical fiction and it's gothic. Gothic is a sub-genre of horror. I'm not gonna put it as horror in this particular one, but Gothic is also kind of like a mystery, or it can be. And I don't have anything for historical fiction. Oh my gosh, you can get so specific with this. Okay, I'm just gonna put this as general fiction. General fiction. If I click on this and we go to tags, there's 2 tags, general fiction and TBR. So that's that. That's basically what I'm going to be doing now. I'm only on the C's, but then it's really great because look at this. So you can search for it. So I'm going to hashtag TBR. And eventually I'll be able to also do it by the genre as well, which is really cool. But see, 96? 96 and we're only on C's. Oh my God. But this is gonna make it really easy for me when I am filling out the pieces of paper and putting them in my little jar, because I can look at everything and I can categorize it by like the genre and all that stuff. And in theory, this is gonna take a little while, but it's gonna be worth it because everything is gonna be so organized. And mother of God, I have a lot of typing to do. So I guess let's get to it.
I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, 'cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it tomorrow. So I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sphere. You're falling into me, touch me. I swear you will do anything that I want. So keep us awake till the dawn. Ooh, baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me.
Hello again, everyone. And I think that's it. That is the wrap to this very lengthy project that I have done. I am so excited that all of my books are now cataloged. I don't think I say this. That software, Libib, also has an app. So if I'm out and about, I'm maybe like talking to a friend and I think that I have the title that they want to read and I can like lend it out, I can really quickly check my collection through the app and then say, oh, I have that. And then, you know, lend out my book. I just think that's really fun and exciting. For me, like the nerd in me is just like she's living, you know? I had so much fun though, like organizing my shelves, kind of clearing everything out, and then finally cataloging my bookshelves and making my very first TBR jar. I hope you enjoyed it. And now that we are at the end of the video, I would love to ask you, my question of the day is, what is the nerdiest thing about you? Let me know. Chances are we will have that in common, because if you're immediately thinking, oh, I love Dungeons and Dragons, same. If you are thinking, I love video games, same. If you're thinking, I'm a big, like anything that you're gonna say, probably same. But I would love to know, I would love to know what's like the nerdiest thing that you can think of that you love. For me, it's cataloging my books. And the emoji of the day is going to be, how about just like a stack of books? I feel like that's kind of fun. I think that's it, you guys. A huge thank you to all of my patrons over in Fox and Wood. Thank you guys so much for your constant love and support. All of the executive producers' names will be in the description of my video. And a huge thank you again to all of you for watching. I love you guys so much. And until next time, book lovers, keep your head in the clouds and your heart in a book. And I will chat with you very soon. Bye!
I wonder, do you feel it too?